Delonte West, an NBA player once dubbed a rising star and shared a locker room with LeBron James. A man who earned over $16 million during his career, praised for his skill and grit. And yet, today, his name is synonymous with tragedy, homelessness, and addiction. This story is more than just a fall from grace narrative. It's about the hidden struggles behind fame, the unspoken toll of mental illness, and the harsh realities of substance abuse. But it's also about systematic failures, how even with wealth and support, people like Delonte can slip through the cracks. Over this video, we'll explore Delonte's rise, his struggles, and the broader lessons we can learn. This isn't just about basketball, it's about humanity. Let's dive right in.
All right, Okafor, Pierce off the bounce in the paint, back to Delonte for the game. Yeah! A forward that Delonte.
Cleveland Cavaliers guard Delonte West pleaded guilty in a Maryland court Thursday to weapons and traffic charges.
NBA star Delonte West arrested.
Became the boogeyman.
You know, you don't know until you know, but turns out Delonte didn't want to be helped.
Delonte's journey begins in Washington, D.C. and Maryland, where his early life was shaped by both challenges and opportunities. As a biracial child with light skin and red hair, Delonte was often bullied. But basketball became his escape, a sanctuary where he could channel his emotions and excel at something. At Eleanor Roosevelt High School, he led his team to their first ever state tournament appearance. Coaches and peers noticed his determination and grit, qualities that would define him throughout his basketball career. College was where Delonte truly shined though. At St. Joseph's University, he teamed up with Jameer Nelson to create one of the most formidable backcourts in NCAA history. Their partnership led St. Joe's to an almost perfect season in 2004, finishing with a record of 27-1. This wasn't just basketball for Delonte, it was his ticket out of a turbulent past. After his junior year, he declared for the NBA draft. The Boston Celtics selected him 24th overall, making his dream a reality. But as we know, dreams can come with their own nightmares. Delonte entered the NBA with high expectations, and he didn't disappoint. Over an 8-year career, he played for multiple teams including the Celtics, Cavaliers, and Mavericks. One of the highlights of his career was his time in Cleveland, where he played alongside LeBron James. Delonte was known for his tenacity on the court. He was a player who left everything out there, whether he was coming off the bench or starting alongside James. By the numbers, Delonte had a solid NBA career, averaging nearly 10 points per game. Over 8 seasons, he earned over $16 million, a sum that should have set him up for life. But as they say, money doesn't solve everything. Behind the scenes, cracks were forming. Delonte's struggles with mental health and emotional stability began to surface. In 2008, during a preseason game, he had a heated argument with the referee, an incident that would later lead to his diagnosis with bipolar. Bipolar disorder, if untreated, can be absolutely devastating. Delonte later explained it himself, saying, and I quote, "I'm bipolar, just like the rest of us in the world. The difference is how you handle it." And for Delonte, handling it would become an uphill battle. 2008 marked a turning point in his career. After his bipolar diagnosis, he took a break from basketball and began counseling. But mental health treatment is rarely straightforward. Many people, especially those in high-pressure environments like professional sports, struggle to maintain consistency with therapy and medication. Delonte's diagnosis answered many questions for him: why he had bouts of impulsive behavior, why he struggled with self-destructive tendencies. But it didn't ease those struggles. Unfortunately, the NBA and professional sports in general hasn't always been equipped to handle players' mental health, especially back in those days.
After that incident, all of a sudden, I became the boogeyman. If I'm not smiling today on the court, they say, oh, he didn't take his medicine today, or he's crazy. Of course, it affected my earnings, and I was making $4 or $5 million a year. Then After that, every year I've been on a league minimum contract. I got to talk to a team therapist every team I come to.
Former NBA player Royce White, who has been openly speaking about mental health struggles since he was playing, once said, "We failed Delonte West. The system failed him." Royce's words are a stark reminder that mental health isn't just an individual issue, it's a societal one. For athletes like Delonte, who are often expected to tough it out, seeking help can feel like a sign of weakness. After leaving the NBA, Delonte's life began to unravel. The 2011 NBA lockout was a pivotal moment. With no paycheck coming in, he reportedly took a job at a furniture store to make ends meet. By 2016, shocking photos emerged of Delonte begging for money in Maryland. Fans were stunned. How could an NBA player who earned millions end up homeless? Addiction played a significant role in Delonte's downfall. Substance abuse often goes hand in hand with untreated mental health issues, creating a vicious cycle. In Delonte's case, his struggles with addiction and mental health seemed to spiral out of control. Even when he was offered help, it didn't always stick. In 2020, Mark Cuban, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, stepped in. He picked up Delonte off the streets, paid for his rehab, and even got him a job. For a while, it seemed like things were starting to turn around. But by 2022, Delonte was back on the streets.
And try to get him a little cleaned up. It's connected to a facility that helps with drug rehab and mental illness issues. Paid for him to go out there. You don't know until you know, but turns out Delonte didn't want to be helped.
Delonte West's story isn't unique, and that's what makes this so heartbreaking. Every year, countless people struggle with the same issues: addiction, mental health, and homelessness. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, nearly 1 in 5 US adults lives with a mental illness. For professional athletes, the numbers are likely even higher, given the intense pressure and scrutiny they face. But the support systems often fell short. While there are programs like the NBA's Mental Health and Wellness Initiative, they're not always enough. Early intervention and consistent care are key, but they require funding, awareness, and a cultural shift. Delonte's story isn't over. Despite the setbacks, there's always hope. Recovery is rarely linear, but it's always possible. Delonte has shown resilience before, and he can do it again. His story is also a reminder for all of us. Whether we're fans, friends, or part of larger systems like the NBA, we have a role to play. Let's advocate for mental health awareness, support those struggling with addiction, and create environments where asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Delonte West's journey is a complex one, filled with triumphs, struggles, and lessons. It's a story that forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about mental health in sports and addiction, and the role we play in supporting those in need. But what do you guys think? Could more help have been done to help Delonte? And what changes need to happen to prevent stories like this in the future? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more upcoming videos and NBA content. My name is Damian Peters, this is Basketball Network. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.